Hello there, and this is Schedule 1, and I thought I would do a re-review of this game roughly 320 days later. So that's how long ago it was since I last played this game, basically. I'll ignore my saved game files, except for maybe this Best First Day one here. If you're coming back to this game, or you're new to this game and you want to try it out there, I would recommend watching my video on that one there. It is an hour-long walkthrough on that Best First Day, if you're interested in having the Best First Day, or just playing it naturally. But if you actually want to max out your first day, you can go ahead and watch that. It's like 6 levels of level ups. You unlock all the customers in the first 2 areas. You're in the sewers getting the free meth and the sewer keys and the passwords and all that stuff, and there's just a big huge information dump. Anyways, what this game is all about is you start growing your weed at the start. So you get pots, you put some seeds in there, and then you water them, and then you grow them, you cut them, you package them, you sell them to new customers. You get new customers by giving them free samples, and then they unlock other customers, and then you do the same thing. You repeat the process until you unlock all the customers in the game. There's 6 different zones in this game, and each zone has roughly 10 customers, except for the first zone, which has a little bit extra for yourself. There is a family in this game, a drug family that owns the first other 4 areas. We can go over here and show the contacts. So they own all these areas over here, and if you say yes and join them, you don't get access to these areas for these customers. So you pretty much want to say no. If you say no, they're going to try and ambush you and attack you, but they don't really do it very often. And they're pretty easy to take care of anyways, so you don't really have to worry about that too much because you're losing out on a lot of customers. Products in this game, the new products is mushrooms, and you have coke, and then you have meth, and then you have 4 different things of weed in here. But the way the experience works in this game is by how much money you're basically making off these guys, which is going to be a set value. So for example, the customer will buy like $1,000 a week. He's going to buy $1,000 a week of this OG Kush, which is just like a value of 38. And if you want to sell this Hairy Cock, for example, which has a value of 735, it's an 8 mix thing on there. But yeah, he's going to buy the same amount to get that same amount of experience. So you're going to make the same amount of money roughly at the end of the day, and you're going to get the same amount of experience. Doesn't matter what you sell. It's just going to be bigger numbers. And this stuff is a lot easier to make than mixing something that takes 8 mixes, for example. And of course, it's coke, and you get less coke than other stuff, but you're going to use that money to buy some businesses. You can only put 10K into the bank, for example, and you got to use the bank to buy stuff like the laundromats to start laundering your money and use those businesses. And then you want to get more money so you can buy things like this barn, for example, and then you can get workers to start doing their job. So this is my coke lab right here. So they're growing the coke and they're drying the coke, and then they're cooking it, and then they're mixing it in the mixing stations, and then you get lots of products. That's why I have no money, right? So all my money is tied up in all this like inventory that's already done that I haven't sold yet, and then all the stuff that's being produced now with all these ingredients and stuff like that. So there is a lot of that going on there. But yeah, this game is just all about getting those other customers and growing new products and stuff like that. The 6 different areas. There's graffiti now in this game, and the spray cans, they're limited by your experience. So you have to go there and level up to unlock more spray cans, and unlock, spray cans, these areas over here, to get reputation with them. So you can unlock those customers. You don't have to do that for the first area. So yeah, just keep your spray paint cans over for these areas over here because they're limited in quantity. But yeah, you have these different things. There's where the sewer office is underground, but yeah, you can't see it above ground. There's sewer accesses everywhere. The sewer key is random. The passcode is 4 ones in a row. It's pretty simple to get into. I don't know how you find out the password is, but anyways, yeah, this other area here is new. This little storage unit. You can have 3 workers in there. It's pretty small, but yeah, it's enough for 3 workers to do stuff. And then you have all these other areas that you unlock naturally for yourself, for your businesses. Like you start off with an area, that's a cheap one there, a little bungalow over there for yourself, and then all the rest of these businesses around the map. So it's pretty straightforward and simple in that regard. The best way to travel around is going to be the golden skateboard, and then you got guns and stuff like that, and melee weapons. Baseball bat is good enough, basically, and then you can get like a machete later on for yourself. You don't need any guns, and the ammo is a pain in the ass to deal with. But as for the other new stuff in this game, you saw the stuff on the map. It's most of the updates were making these guys actually work properly and making them do more work. I think these guys used to only work 3 stations. Now they work 4, which is a lot easier to manage for your stuff and makes more sense. But yeah, these things here, like they added lockers instead of beds. So you still can assign them to beds, but the lockers are a lot easier. They take up less space, so it's a lot easier to take care of your workers. They have upgraded, storage units for yourself, and you can go in there and set up your little filters. So you can set up a little filter. You can copy the filters and paste the filters. It's a lot easier and to manage your drug lab doing that. And then you have your grow things on there. So yeah, you don't really have to do the sprinklers. They don't use the sprinklers. That's just for me. But you have these little AC unit heaters, and the heaters help the plants grow faster. You can see the barely see that +2 there. You see the green +2 on the heat. So they have a growth bonus from that, and then the heaters to dry out your plants a lot faster. So there's a new dynamic to the game using those. So that's what's new in this game. Basically, that's all that's really new. Is the stuff works better. You have factions. You have stuff to do with the other family, and then you eventually kill them off, and then you're done. So this game is overall is pretty interesting and fun to play until you get everything all set up. Like this is all set up and it's good to go. I just gotta sit there and wait for it to produce its stuff and then restock it myself. You basically, and that's about it. You have to order some resupplies for them, and that's all you gotta do. It'll be almost completely self-sufficient. Almost. Then you just go around and give all the product to your dealers, and they sell it. So you have very little to do. You can bash open this stuff or shoot it if you want. Shoot it, bam, shoot it. Take some money. Then they call the cops. Who's calling the cops? Cops are coming. So yeah, this game is all simple and straightforward in that regard. Like killing the cops will be simple too. I'll wait for them to come around the corner and then shoot them. They try and cuff you. You guys done? Wanted, dead or alive. Normally, after you do that, 2 more cops will come, but I killed a couple cops already, so they don't really want to come right away. They've still got their patrols. And then you just run around there and loot their guns. That's how you get money in the first day. Kill the cops, loot their guns, pawn their weapons off, get a nice big influx of cash, deal with the customers. He wants some hairy balls or hairy cock. Hairy balls is a different recipe. It is a recipe. And then, set hairy cock, schedule the deal for nighttime. There you go. And then they have a quality bonus now too that they didn't have that before, so he's got high standards, and I'm selling them gold quality stuff, so I'll get a bonus of another 10% or so per bump right there. So if you have a guy that wants like the lowest quality stuff and you're giving like the gold star stuff instead of like the red star crap, you're going to be making like an extra maybe up to like 40% more than what you're going to be selling them. So selling them 2.5k there and getting a 40% bonus on that, you want customers that want to buy a ton of crap for and have no standards. Then you make a lot of money off of them. But there you go. Wanted is done. That's you're done with the cops. They won't bug you no more. They can search you when you have guns and they don't do anything. But that is the rundown of this game. Fun to play until later on, and then it gets boring. But then you're done the game, so it's probably worth the money that you spend on playing it and getting established. And there's other bling you can do too if you're interested in that. So you can buy gold bars and sell them for a profit, but you're taking away your credit card value on that. But yeah, there's lots of other things. You can put yourself with golden toilets and all that kind of crap for yourself. So there is that. So thanks. Hey, what the hell? Don't get me off of there. Dislike me on top of there. But so thanks for watching, and I will see you later.